Crash. Charlie 61 crash.
One moment, one explosive crash caught on camera. A new low for the man behind the wheel, Lauren Mulville.
I went into a psychosis. I just thought I was being attacked. But obviously when you see blue lights, you know that it's cops. And I just took off. I thought people were trying to kill me.
Flipping his Range Rover earlier this year after hours of binging nitrous oxide outside of Atlanta. A dramatic chapter in what Lauren says is his multi-year-long addiction to nitrous.
That was the only way to exit this situation. Being followed is if I drive straight into this pole. My only way out is to drive into that pole.
Nitrous oxide, sometimes called whippets, laughing gas, hippie crack, a common gas legally sold in these small 8-gram containers to make whipped cream.
It wouldn't get you high if you're using it for whipped cream. If you are huffing it, if you're inhaling it, that's how people abuse it recreationally. That's how people are getting high.
It's also administered for pain relief in places like the dentist's office and med spas. But despite its easy accessibility, using it the wrong way can have deadly consequences. Nitrous is legally sold in these extra-large tanks, often at smoke shops across the country, on shelves alongside products like water pipes and CBD. The big tanks cost around $120 each. When Nightline first reported on nitrous oxide abuse in 2021,
what are whippets?
Laughing gas, essentially. When you go, it's an anesthetic, so when you go to the dentist, it's what they put on you to calm you down.
Small canisters were king. But in the last 5 years, a big change. Jumbo tanks, supersizing the problem.
The amount of hits somebody could get from a tank versus one of these canisters is exponentially higher, especially if you're using it in large quantities or using it regularly. Potential nerve damage that can come with it. There's potential psychiatric symptoms.
And it can destroy lives.
For someone who has never seen this before, how did it work?
Your arms just immediately feel like they're floating. I feel like I'm floating and I'm laughing. A moment of happiness.
Steve Martin, the dentist in the movie Little Shop of Horrors, taking a huff. And popping up in the Paramount Plus series, Tulsa King.
What's in that balloon? N2O? Nitrous oxide.
Atlanta rapper Rude K's showing off the new types of tanks in a music video for his song, Whippets.
These tanks that are being sold, they're colorful, they have catchy names. I mean, it's not being marketed to a chef. You're not walking into a smoke shop to buy something to make whipped cream.
The tanks are all labeled with "Do Not Inhale." But in a recent class action lawsuit against the company Galaxy Gas, lawyers allege that illicit use can cause depression, addiction, anxiety, and psychosis.
This is not something that people should be exposed to outside of a controlled professional medical setting.
Tell me a little bit about Charles. What was he like? How'd y'all first meet?
I met him my senior year in college, and I knew, actually our first date, that he was going to be the man I was going to marry.
Regina and Chuck Johnson married 10 months after they met. The young sweethearts, raising 3 children and building a furniture business together. But their love story shattered on a Sunday afternoon last spring. Chuck taking a bike ride.
My phone rang. She said, "Do you have anyone in the emergency room? How quickly can you get her?"
Unconscious, unresponsive. Okay.
A car jumping the curb near this intersection, striking Chuck.
So apparently a sedan went off the road and struck him and then took off that way. Okay.
He didn't die immediately, but he went into a coma. We were never able to communicate with him. I was sleeping in the room, and the Lord said, "You need to start your grieving now."
You knew?
So I knew it was not going to come home.
A week after the collision, at 78 years old, Chuck died. Chuck and Regina had been married for 50 years.
The detectives found evidence that pointed them to Joey Tillman.
I ruined my life.
Joey Tillman, a 26-year-old, lived near the crash site.
And we discovered that he had been sniffing nitrous oxide.
So he's riding up here?
He's riding in this direction on the sidewalk.
Okay.
With his helmet on.
We met up with the attorney Regina hired to sue nitrous maker Galaxy Gas after investigators accused Tillman of huffing it at the time of the crash.
I believe that he must have passed out as he's rounding this curve coming down the hill, and the passenger shakes him, can't get him alert before he comes over the curve, hits Chuck. Mr. Johnson gets knocked to the ground.
A lawyer for Galaxy Gas at the time of the incident wrote in a statement to ABC News in part, Mr. Tillman admitted to driving under the influence of alcohol, and respectfully, we maintain that our clients are not responsible for Mr. Tillman's decision to engage in the extremely reckless behavior that, unfortunately, caused Mr. Johnson's death.
He had purchased that nitrous oxide. We know it's less than a mile up this road on the same road.
Johnson's lawsuit alleges that before Tillman struck and killed her husband, he purchased the Galaxy Gas at this Cloud9 smoke shop in Woodstock, Georgia.
This is the Cloud9 that you used to go to?
It is. Spent a lot of time in this parking lot and just in and out of that shop.
That same shop in Woodstock, Lauren Melville says was also part of the trouble for him too. Before eventually crashing his car in that caught on camera moment.
The store would open and what would you do?
Go in and purchase maybe one to two tanks and just keep the process repetitive over and over and over again until the day was over.
So would you even leave the parking lot?
Sometimes no. Sometimes I'd stay there for hours on end.
Lauren says he would inhale an entire tank's worth of nitrous in his car, then go back in and buy more.
No matter how bad you looked.
Yeah, I mean, there are times that I have walked into this store with multiple bodily fluids on me, throw up, urine, feces, smelling horrible from being sitting in my car for 8 hours, and I would walk in there and they'd still sell it to me.
In a class action lawsuit, Melville joined against Galaxy Gas and Cloud9. He says he spent more than $400,000 on his Galaxy Gas addiction. Things got so bad, Lauren's mother, Gloria, said she's among the parents cited in a federal lawsuit who tried to take things into her own hands.
I went into smoke shops and said, what are you selling him? And do you understand that it's an inhalant that's an addiction that's killing him?
Today, Lauren says he's 6 months sober, but it hasn't come easy.
I've been to rehab over 10 times at this point.
How hard is it staying sober?
It's the hardest thing that I'll probably ever do, but every day it gets easier.
I founded Cloud9 when I was a freshman in college.
David Muir, the founder of Cloud9 and its distribution company, spoke in a deposition for Regina Johnson's lawsuit. The lawsuit, alleging that the Galaxy Gas product in Cloud9 stores were created by the same people, brothers Ben, Sammy, and Karima Moore.
Do you deny that a significant part of the demand for nitrous from your shops is illicit users?
Object to the form. I deny it.
The lawsuit, also alleging that Galaxy Gas came to market for the specific purpose of exploiting the boom in the recreational use of nitrous oxide.
You are saying that the company had no intent to profit from illicit demand for nitrous oxide?
Object to the form. Not illicit demand. We sold it for culinary use, just like every other novelty store in the whole country is doing.
Galaxy Gas, the company, was sold in late 2024. Both Cloud9 smoke shops and its distribution arm also stopped selling Galaxy Gas around that same time.
Getting rid of one brand, well, it probably won't even make a dent in the problem here.
In Georgia, Missouri, and New York, ABC News still finding Galaxy Gas and similar nitrous oxide brands for sale, and finding others who say it's harmed them too, like the family of Marissa Polite in the St. Louis area.
She was smart.
She made straight A's, didn't have to open a book.
A radiology technician, dead at just 25.
We have one in here that's pretty severely injured. They're on the way, okay?
According to a wrongful death lawsuit, the man who hit Marissa, passing out after inhaling nitrous oxide as he drove, striking Marissa and crashing into the building she worked in.
There's a lot of people out there that have no idea. And they don't understand how dangerous nitrous oxide is. And what we're doing, we're trying to save other parents. We're trying to save all these other kids.
People need to be educated on what this stuff actually does and how easy it is to get a hold of.
And while the FDA hasn't banned the products, last year they warned consumers inhalation of contents can lead to serious adverse health events, including death.
Certain states have taken the initiative to regulate the recreational use of nitrous. Now, whether or not this is going to influence what happens next on a federal level is unclear.
In Florida, it's a felony to sell more than 16 grams, and Louisiana has banned the retail sale of the gas, even for culinary purposes. Last month, the man who killed Charles Johnson, Joseph Tillman, pleading guilty to homicide by vehicle, driving under the influence, and driving recklessly.
I'm truly and completely sorry.
A judge sentencing him to 20 years behind bars, but agreeing to suspend the prison time if he successfully completes a 2-year rehab program. Although apologies can never bring back the husband she lost, Regina Johnson, leaning on her Christian faith and hugging Tillman at his sentencing.
I walked to him, he just fell in my arms and he just embraced me. And I said, Joey, I forgive you. And God loves you so much more than you know.
Our thanks to Ashan.